For those of you that don't like to hear me talk, just keep on moving. This video is full of me talking and nothing happening. Hey YouTube, what are we doing today? I'm going to call this the State of the Channel Address. Not really doing anything today. I have enjoyed a day off. I have taken care of a little bit of paperwork. I've taken care of a little behind the scenes things. We got a new video, we got a new SD card for the camera here, so hopefully we won't lose any footage anymore. Last night's video, or this morning's, however, whatever, the last video I made, I lost six videos on the SD card. They were just corrupted and couldn't get them off. So anyway, let's take a look and see what's what and where we're at and on what. So yeah, let's take a look at some. All right, let's talk about the little Propane Forge. I haven't touched it in a few days. However, I did literally just moments ago. We got our rigidizer. That'll help us move forward on that project. And it's, you know, it's where it was before. I will need to get I want to straighten up the plumbing, and I need to get a proper tank, and we've got to build doors and a hearth and maybe some sort of proper stand for it. I will likely set it, I haven't decided 100%, but I will likely set it in or near where the solid fuel forge is. I'm not getting rid of this. I mean, we still have a use for it, but I will need to find a better way of getting fuel for it. So yeah, that's where we're at on that. So where are we on the Easy Helve power hammer? Let's see. I haven't touched it in, I don't know, days or weeks. It's been sitting here. I'm still waiting on a bill so that I can order the parts for it. I should probably start taking measurements for these plates that we're going to have to make ourselves. Yeah, these are easy to make. And I'm not real sure. I may just send it. Our steel yard has a plate processing deal where if you send them a drawing, they'll put it in there, and like if I send them a CAD drawing especially, they'll run it through and plasma cut everything. I may do that with these, and then instead of, so like these, where these holes are, I may not have them actually cut the holes to the final size. I may just have them mark the holes with a torch mark, or maybe just a smaller hole, and then we'll drill it out to the right size. And that's true for well, they're down on the other side and the dark side there, but the same for the plates that go up here and hold the hammer arm. But yeah, we're in limbo on that project still. So my biggest, longest running project right now has been Rusty. I hope its name changes someday, but it's the 1963 Ranchero that we're turning into a 4x4. Yeah, well, you know, it's the one I've done the most work on. So yesterday we uploaded a video. So one of the neatest things about the Ranchero is we do have a set of a pedal assembly coming from Connecticut. Thank you very much. I will have to repay that kindness in some way. I don't know what that'll be, but you know, we'll figure something out. But yeah, I want to get the pedal assembly and the steering all straightened out, and then I want to worry about the firewall and the floor and get all that sheet metal back in it. And then we'll worry about, and at the same time, we'll be worrying about the rest of the body mounts and dressing up the inner fenders and all those ugly cuts that we made to get it to fit. And then hopefully, not soon, not too long after that, I'd like to get it to run, just to get the engine started. I don't care if the body's on it or not. I just want to be able to get the engine started and hear it run, so that maybe we can work on getting an exhaust on it. And I don't know how, you may not all know me very well, but I'm not a big fan of quiet exhausts. So we'll see what happens. Those are some of the big projects that we're working on, actually involved in right now. One of the things I had hoped to do, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I was wanting to do a forge video. I wanted to forge, I was thinking maybe forging a rose, because I thought, how Valentine-y cheesy can you get? And that didn't happen. So I really want to get this other forge running before we really go back into doing the forge videos. But the blacksmithing and learning that stuff. But yeah, another upcoming deal I mentioned, I think I may have mentioned last night, the 64 Falcon Sprint. Let's go take a look at it. Many of you will remember the 64 Falcon Sprint. It is setting in here in dust. It's been mostly covered up until fairly recently, and that's why it's got such a layer of dust. I'm going to open the hood here, and let's see if we can find anything. Yeah, I guess it's, I don't know if you see those little spots there. We have a problem in this neighborhood with urban squirrels. The little fuzzy ones with the little pointed noses and the slick, hairless tails. I'm not real sure that the rats, I'm not real sure that the rats of Nim have not moved into my attic. They're a nightmare, absolute nightmare. And one of the reasons I uncovered the car was, if you look in here, it's a little dark. I don't know if you can see this, and it's a little dark, but one of the rats, a rat apparently decided to make dinner out of the upholstery in here, so what we ended up doing was uncovering it to make it less inviting. But problems with the Falcon, it needs a new top. So I'm actually looking at one right now that I may order. Anyway, it's still in really great shape. It's been cared for. It's just been a little dusty right now. Major project with it is mostly the top and the upholstery, which is, they're small things. They're nothing big. The other big thing is, ever since I put this together, I don't know what the deal is. This transmission has leaked ever since I put it in, and I don't know whether it was just I got a cheap transmission kit, like the gasket kit for it was. I don't know, but it has leaked, and right now it won't even go. It's so low in transmission fluid, it won't go into gear. And I'm suspicious. What I suspect is the pan gasket. And sometimes that can happen just from setting, but in this case, I don't know. But what we're going to do is pull that transmission back out, put new seals and gaskets in it, and hopefully get rid of the any leaks that it has. And maybe we'll start driving it again, because it runs great. I mean, it drives better than it ever has with the little 289 and the C4. I mean, yeah, and it's sad that it just sets in here collecting dust and rat turds. So what does that leave us with? I may have mentioned, I'm not real sure, but I do have another project coming. I've been told it's a 69, but it's a Chevy C10 pickup. It's very yellow. It's got a small block Chevy in it, and I've been asked to make it basically where it's a reliable daily driver. For making that run to the dump, run into town for whatever, to the hardware store, whatever you need. Anyway, so that's an upcoming project. Another thing running in the background with me is, so I'm supposed to be getting a test for my contractor's license, and because of COVID and all that kind of stuff, everything's shut down, and the state, I'm in California, so it's like the state is really shut down. And so anyway, they're finally opening up the test sites, and I still don't have a test date, but apparently the test sites are open. So that's been going on behind the scenes. Bonus points for anybody that can name what license am I going after. You'll win the no prize. I'm just curious to know if anybody can actually guess what this license will be for. It is not a general contracting license. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what people think I'm getting for a contractor's license. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. As for the rest of the evening, I am going to work on cleaning the garage. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you can fully appreciate how much of a disaster it is in here. The more we do these videos, one of the things I'd like to work on is organizing and sorting the garage. It's a disaster. And some of that involves things like just getting rid of stuff that I don't use. I actually almost just need a dumpster. And I've actually considered renting a dumpster and bringing it out because I've got a lot of stuff that's just junk. I don't even know why I have it. It just needs to go away. But I do want to start getting, at some point, we want to start organizing the garage. I'll probably start the first project. If you see that, if you look over there, that's a wheeled cart or a wheeled table. It's 8 foot by, I don't know, 38 inches wide. I don't know how wide it is. It's like any other flat level surface in a garage, and that's if you look in this place, anything that's flat has stuff piled on it. And I want to, in time, create a place for everything and put everything in its place. So far, that has never happened in my life, but I want to grow inside. And so anyway, that's what we hope to do soon. And one of the things I want to do tonight, it's kind of just pick up and clean the junk. So it's late in the video, but I'm going to say it. Let's get started. So you've watched all the way to the end. I commend you, because that was a lot of talking, I'm sure. I got to thinking, how many of you think that we should maybe have a weekly trivia contest or something, and maybe we'll have some sort of a little prize, like maybe we'll start forging some bottle openers or some little easy to ship trinket, and then it would be like a prize for whoever gets the trivia question right. Tell me your thoughts. Can't hurt.